What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the new episode of Keeping It Real with Millie Mill. Okay, so I got a great show for you guys today, but before we get into the show, I got a couple of announcements to make. First of all, you guys like, subscribe, and share these videos. Share with your community, share it with your fans, your friends, your family, whomever you can share it with. Help us grow, y'all. It's all up to you. And second of all, coming in the very near future, I am going to be collaborating with Jolly Studios and on the WOPA podcast. So we're going to be doing a special collab once a month. So you guys be ready for that. Now, and also I was going to have a guest speaker or a co-host with me today, but unfortunately their computer crashed and it has to go into the shop. So they should be up and running in about a week or so that way we can go ahead and do that show. So today's topic that I want to talk about is aging and getting older. Uh, a lot of us, like myself, I mean, I just made 46. I'm happy about it. I do not feel 46. And I think I look darn good for 46, you know. But anyway, I think this birthday kind of really hit me hard because, like, 45, I was cool, but when I hit that 46, that was kind of like over that hump. And I'm closer to 50 now than I am to 40. And I'm like, oh my God, how did I get to almost 50 years old? Like, it seems just like yesterday I was turning 21. But man, when I tell you I was starting to get sad and depressed, and getting my feelings, and then I thought about how many of my family, my friends, or my loved ones didn't make it to see 46, and so then I became grateful. I'm glad that I'm in my right mind. Most of my family, all of my family, pretty much, especially on my mom's side, is in their right, healthy minds at their age. She's 74, going to be 75, and she looks great. I mean, still working, um, just doing everything like she's a 35-year-old woman. So it's kind of good to see that. Um, and pretty much all my older relatives are fairly doing well. But I'm saying that to say this, I was really thinking about it, and this is really going to be a show, really, hopefully, to help a lot of my brothers because, like, women, you guys don't know, like, men struggle with aging. Men have these insecurities about aging. If you were that young, hot jock back in the day, all the women wanted you. Everything you was always built or whatever, and then you get older and you realize you can't lose weight like you used to if you're not able to work out, or then you start balding, the graying. Like I started turning gray in high school. I was 18, 17, 18 when I had my first gray hair. So that's hereditary, prematurely gray. But yeah, a lot of dudes don't know how to navigate that form or navigate, getting older. So I know you guys heard of the midlife crisis where the man goes out and buys a sports car, divorces his wife he's been with for umpteen years, marries a little young, hot thing, and this is all part of like the insecurities that men have with getting older. It's like they want to know that they still got it. Some men feel like they have something still to prove. Other men feel like they were not able to accomplish all the goals that they had set out to accomplish, and get into this mind frame where I have to do it now and I have to X everybody else so I can do it, when you can still reach your goals. It might take you a little longer now, but you can still get them, you know. But with me, I think the aging part came easily. When I was growing up, I had insecurities. I was the fat kid. I had the big nose, the big lips. Um, I wasn't really like, my life wasn't basketball, football. It was more so like riding my bike and on my skateboard and scooter. You know what I mean? So, um, like I was always kind of ostracized for like, why don't you do this or why don't you do that? And oh, look at you, you need to stop eating so much, and whatever, whatever. And then I want to say by my junior year in high school, senior year in high school, I started to kind of to blossom per se, uh, but still didn't know, still was unaware, and then got into entertainment, started doing some acting gigs and modeling, and being in LA and in the Hollywood scene, it just really shocked me how like everybody's like how attractive they thought it was, and I just even to this day still think I'm just me. I don't try to be anything but the best me that I could be. So as I started to age, it really wasn't a big deal for me. Like I didn't care. I've always had the gray hair, so I've been used to that. The only thing I think I can't get used to is these like you go to bed, you feeling fine, you wake up in the morning, you be like, why does that hurt? Now I ain't never even felt that part of my body in my whole life. And where did you come from? Like, why are you hurting there? What did I do? Um, or you sitting at home at 9 o'clock, you're like, oh, it's getting late. I've never been a night owl, but man, me and my sleep, y'all don't understand. And that's another thing that does keep me youthful-ish. Is my sleep. I make sure I take my naps. I make sure I eat right. I make sure that I get at least 8 hours of sleep at night, if not close to it. And I drink a ton of water. So, like every now and then, I'll have something other than water, but mostly throughout the day. I'll have a cup of coffee in the morning during the week, but other than that, it's just strictly water. Um, and that's it. And another thing too that helps, and I've learned this even just watching my mother is the constant joyful spirit. You being happy. It exudes across people's faces when you're able to let stuff go and just be happy. Um, the one good thing about me being 40 is I could be happy, and things that would bother me in my 20s and 30s, I don't give a damn about. I don't know if any of y'all watch the Golden Girls, but I said the older I get, the more and more I turn into Sophia from the Golden Girls because before I know it, I just say it and I'm done with it. And once it's done, once it's said, the conversation for me is over. So if you still got an attitude, that's your bad. But I just keep it 100 and I keep it pushing. If somebody does something I don't agree with, I let them know right then and there, and I'm over it. There's no reason for me to sit there and hold grudges and harp all these feelings. If it's to that extent of where I would need to hold a grudge, then I'm just going to cut that person out of my life and be done with it. And that's friends, family, and anybody. So it's like my inner peace is more important than how many people I have in my circle or how many people who are around me. I came in the world alone. I'm gonna die alone. So I don't need everybody in my circle. But you know, um, I just want to encourage you guys because as you grow or as you age, yeah, things change, wrinkles come, hair loss, but you could be on the other side of the ground. Besides standing on it, we could be standing on top of you. Um, and I mean, it's going to happen. There's nothing you can do with changing it. The best way I can say to cope with it if you're having an issue with it is embrace it. It's freedoms that you get of getting older. I can't wait. Well, I can't wait. I'm not in that big of a rush, but to get my little senior discounts, um, I felt bad in my mid 30s. Like I was like 35 and AARP started sending me stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute, bro, I'm not even 50 yet, like, or even 40. Like, I'm not ready for AARP. But now I'm looking like I'll sign up for it and get my discounts. So you get those little perks with age. You get a certain level of respect a lot of times, even when you go out in the street when you are older, you know? And I remember the first time I went to Six Flags Magic Mountain in California, and it was two phrases, and I can get like Oprah and them saying they don't want to be called auntie. Um, but like this little young guy, he walked past and excuse me, OG, and I'm like, okay. Like I feel like OG is I'm wearing a two-piece coordinate with some Velcro sandals barbecuing my belly out to here. And then they were like, Unc. I was like, Unc. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm already, y'all got nicknames for me now. Like, I can't just be bro still. Like, I've graduated all the way to Unc and OG. I was like, man, that is nuts. But at the same time, I see that they were giving me respect for my age. They were like letting them know, like, hey, I know you're an older cat and this is all love and respect. So, you know, and then plus now I have nieces and nephews, so I'm uncle anyway. So I just embrace it, like embrace what you can. And then the other good thing too is I've always had an old soul, but my biggest thing is I like to educate kids and young people. You know what I mean? I like to give them knowledge about mistakes that I've made so they won't make the same mistake. Let them know what the pros and cons are going to be. Um, and just help them through their way. And then also like to be that one that they can come talk to if they can't talk to their mom or their dad or whomever is taking care of them. And like with me, it's no judgment zone. If in certain situations where I think they may hurt themselves or someone else, then yeah, of course, I'm going to bring that up. But you'll be surprised if you just sit there and talk to young people and they understand that you've been through some stuff and that you are invested in helping them because of your age and your knowledge, and you're not there because you're older judging them, but you're there helping them and nurturing them and help guide them. It gives a whole nother level of respect. So, you know what? I just want all my brothers, all my friends, all my cousins who are getting older, who are aging, embrace it. Um, start getting together. Like I'm always a person who likes to call and check on friends. I'm not in the text and I'm old like that. I'll text if it's something like, hey, what time you gonna be here or something. But it's a lot of times with my dear friends and my family, I'm going to call you out of the blue because I want to hear your voice. I want to hear that you're okay. When you speak with somebody, it's easier to kind of gauge of how they're doing and then in just a text message, and I think that's why a lot of people prefer not to talk now and prefer to text is because they don't want people to hear in their voice what may be really going on, or they just want to be so recluse that they'll rather text it instead of talking to it. And to me, a lot of things get lost in translation with text, so I just rather call you. But it's like, ladies, love your man, understand him. You know, if he's getting older and you're picking up on these issues of him having insecurities about it, try to talk to him. You know what I mean? And don't be condescending. Do it in a loving way and in an encouraging way. I found out in a lot of relationships because the man has to be this strong provider, whomever, that they're not encouraged by their women, but women want the encouragement from their men. And it's a two-way street. And so encourage a man and men encourage your women, encourage your kids, you know, and just try to understand what someone else is going through because this thing called life is a one person journey, even with a lot of people in it, and everyone navigates this life differently, and everyone doesn't know how to get through certain situations that might seem easy to you, but it's detrimental to them. So hopefully you guys got something out of this episode. Hopefully it was entertaining for you. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. Also, you guys, if you want to contribute to the show, you can do that monetarily at dollar sign Xavier LaRue ENT. That's my Cash App, and that's XAVIERLARRIEUXENT. Or you guys can also PayPal. I put that at the end of the video. If you guys have any suggestions for the show, or if you want to co-host the show with me, please email me at xleentlc@gmail.com. And or you can also DM me on my YouTube show. The YouTube channel is Xavier LaRue ENT. And again, that is XAVIERLARRIEUXENT. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We'll be back to see you guys soon. Much love and peace. Thanks.